Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens versus Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, a new season finally here. We had the great one Thursday night. All sorts of intrigue in the games yesterday, and now we put a bow on this first weekend with a good one here tonight.
We do put a spotlight on key games, don't we? Even key nights. Thursday night has become a spotlight night. How about Sunday night? But there still is some magic to playing on Monday night, and these two teams are feeling it.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Now Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for it, and he turns it into a nice game.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Throwing is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. All the way in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 60 yards. And the Ravens are on the board here first in the season opener. In the discussion of how would this offense respond in week 1, game 1 of the season, boom, they come out, get the football, score.
It's funny, didn't we ask them that question in our meetings, Brandon?
We did.
How are you going to respond? I think we got our answer, didn't we?
We did.
Straight down the field, well done.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. No good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. He's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Rodgers now at first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield on that play.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And now off to the races down the right side. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
After the interception, here's Jackson, forced out to his left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. Taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Yeah, take that.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And it's no good. He misses the PAT. So file that one away. Could eventually loom large here as the night progresses. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And the Ravens have got it. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
Yeah, you got to make it a lot.
They have the option to run or pass. They pass it there and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Sorry guys, a lot of noise in the video.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
almost time.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Harris going to get it again on second down. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Well, part of none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They hand this off to Harris. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
You got to be kidding me.
And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Really? Wow. Oh no. Okay, okay.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit.
Who thought a game would go like this?
And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for 2. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. From a yard or 2 deep. Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure. And oh, coughed it up. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. First down, Rodgers dancing to his left. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Under pressure now, he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. The final shot before half for Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. Here's Rodgers. A final shot before break. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. So we reach halftime here on the first Monday nighter of the season. As we send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Getting caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin out in the windy city of Chicago, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one.
Really? That's just refresh the games maybe.
From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless. They play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless. They play.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now, so as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and it's complete. And the Steelers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Rodgers to throw once more. Being chased out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now Rodgers. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Steelers are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, this opening game has certainly not gone their way at this point, but yeah, that touchdown, maybe a glimmer of hope for the long season ahead.
And no one in this league likes to talk about more victories. No one likes to really just say, okay, well, maybe something went right. But you're exactly right about that. A little glimmer there, maybe they can carry it over moving forward.
Parkey with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Our fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete down to Bateman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time on a catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman there to make the grab. And the Ravens are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And pardon me, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. And they'll indeed take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance